Okay, good afternoon, Takiyah.
Hi, good afternoon.
Nice to meet you here. I never met you before, so I'm gonna really get to know you here.
Okay.
So I understand that you are an author and you wrote
Yes.
a book. Is that your first book?
I am in the process of writing my first book. So, this is my very first book in a series. So, I plan to have several books
Out of the same
after
topic?
yeah, correct. Single motherhood, single mom in the city. So, yes.
So right now, is it a book yet?
It's not a book yet.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Yes.
How many chapters did you do so far?
So far, I've written about 5 chapters, though there's going to be 12 chapters total.
Oh,
About
so
123 pages
oh
is
wow.
the
So it's
plan.
a work in progress.
Correct, work in progress. My target date to be complete is October 1st. But so
Oh,
that's
it's
the
very
the
close.
rough the
Very
rough
close.
draft.
Oh, okay, okay. How did you come up with this idea?
So the idea came about probably about like 4 years ago, actually. Just the name, the concept, single mom in the city. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, so it was just a name that kind of came up in my head.
Okay.
And couple year 2 3 years later, I happened to be scrolling down a Facebook feed, and I saw
Several.
how well no I saw how to write a book in 90 days.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
a sponsored ad, and then that's when the light bulb went off, like, that's how I could use the name Single Mom in the City. I could create a book which would, for mothers, for single mothers, that would be immensely helpful, because there isn't anything out there right now that can, for single moms, that give a broad range of topics that would be helpful for moms.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen different version. I've seen write a book in a day, write a book in a week. There's
Right.
different version, right? Different
Correct.
coaches. Are you working with a coach?
I'm not working with the coach, no.
So you're gonna come up with the chapters on your own.
Correct. So
Okay.
yeah, I came up with the sponsored ad that I came across
Yeah.
on Facebook. I did watch the initial videos that they had that he had. His name was Chandler Bolt. Actually, I'll go ahead and give him a shout out, just because the concept and idea came from him. And so he gave some tips of kind of how to start the process
Okay.
and
So
how to
there is
move
some
along in the process. So there
there's some
was
guidance. Are
exactly.
you writing through an outline?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but you don't fill in the blanks exactly.
No, what I did to kind of start with how to figure out what chapters I'm going to write. The suggestion was to create a mind map.
Okay.
So on a piece of paper in the center, I write what a single mom in the city, and then I just, for 30 minutes, I just write whatever comes to mind in terms of topics that I might want to talk about in the book. Just any and everything, I write it, and from there I sorted through what kind of made sense.
Okay.
And even with the when I first started writing with the idea of writing a book, I had the thought to write on kind of everything around motherhood and
Okay.
single motherhood, and I found that it was just too much, and the book could go on for
You mean
thousands
you
of
wrote
page.
on your own diary or something?
No, not with the mind map, but just
Okay.
on a broad range of topics.
Okay.
So there's so many different topics around motherhood and single motherhood. It would have just been way too much to put in one book. So I decided to break it down into more digestible topics, and that's where I came with the idea to have multiple series instead of just one long book, because I think that no one wants to read a
A whole
thousand
book.
page,
Usually I
500
open the middle and
page.
see if I like it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the first book that I'm creating is Create Time, Money, and a Rich Life. That's the subtitle of that one. And how I chose to do that first is because, as single mothers, we give to everybody. We give to our kids, we give to our family, we give to our job and career. And the foundation is creation.
Okay.
So that's and this first book kind of focuses more on building the foundation of self. Like, how do you create time? How do you create money and a rich life? So it kind of it revolves around those things, kind of creation, mindset. How do you do that? And then from there, then the other books can follow, delving more deeply into raising your kids and
Okay,
other topics like
so
that.
you're talking about the city of San Francisco or any city?
Any city. Yeah, so it's more so the title. I'm not necessarily talking about the city, but however, because in living in a city,
Yes.
San Francisco, there's so much opportunity in the city, which is why I came with the name, and I am living in the city, and I also grew up in the city of San Francisco as well.
So you have many points to develop based on your own experience.
Exactly. Yes, that's correct.
So I assumed you raised your daughter from birth here.
Correct. Well, we moved here. I was living in Sacramento when I gave birth, so I moved back to San Francisco when she was 6 months. So
Okay, so basically she didn't see yet the small Sacramento city.
correct. No,
She was a
tiny.
baby.
Yeah, she was a baby.
So her life also was in the city.
Correct.
Oh,
That's
okay.
correct.
So do you consult her then? Do you consult your daughter to ask her what you should talk about?
No,
No.
no, I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay, so
how
let
how
me
I
rephrase the
okay.
question. When you write something, do you show it to her and ask her if it's accurate, or if it's something that she thinks is good?
No, because it's more so it's the book is written for the moms, not for the kid.
Oh, okay.
So it really wouldn't relate
Okay.
to ask her a question like,
Okay.
well, do you think this is good or not? A lot of the information that I am putting in the book has to do with a lot of my experiences, what I've read,
Okay.
talking to other mothers that are going through challenges, or even mothers that are kind of getting it right. Mothers who have multiple kids, like she is my only, and so
Oh,
she was kind of an experiment. If you have multiple kids, if you have 2, 3, and 5 kids, then you get the benefit of kind of doing better as you get to the, fourth,
second.
fifth,
Yes.
right, second, third, fourth. And so I learned from that benefit from not from myself, from my own experience, but from talking to other moms who have multiple kids, and they're like, this is what you should do in this instance or that instance, because they've kind of been through it already, and so
Oh,
they
okay.
know. Hmm.
Okay. Also, having multiple kids is many different challenges, right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
So one, as soon as they in school, oof, there's a relief. But if you have
Right.
more down the line, then it's a never-ending process.
That's true.
You gotta repeat from A to Z, A to Z, A to Z.
That's true. And yeah, women do that all the time. They'll have a child or a young, I guess, young adult that's
Yeah.
getting ready to graduate from high school, and then they'll have another baby
Baby.
to start over with. I know several people who've done that, and
Oh, really?
I think it's extremely brave.
Yeah,
Extremely
because
brave.
then you have to get back home. And did you take time off yourself when she was born, or you
I
had to go back to work?
I did take a little bit of time off,
Okay.
about a year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. She had time to bond with you and everything.
Exactly. And I think that to me that first year
It's
is
important.
the most one of the most important years, because they grow and change and develop
And they
so
know
much.
and they know you're the mother.
And that and that too, that's important, that they know that you're
I
the
know, I
mother.
can't imagine a child like 6 months. He goes to a child care, come back, doesn't know who the mother
It's
is.
confused,
It
right?
doesn't know who sibling are. There's other kids around the child. The child is not because brand new on earth, right?
That's true.
So that first year, it grounds them to know that you are the mom.
I think so. I didn't think of it in that way, but I think you're right. My mom stayed home with, it
Would
was
you?
5 of us, and so she
Oh,
stayed home with all of us.
really? That's awesome.
Yeah, so I think that there was I didn't I'm sure I didn't see it then, but I think that there was great benefit in being able to have that bond and being able to be raised by just your mom, and not at childcare, although it's a lot of people's experience to be raised at, to have their kids raised in a childcare because of time, and that's the choice. So we all have different choices. So
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Do you have your mom's support
My mom passed away. I did have her support
in the beginning?
yeah, in the beginning when she was young. But
Okay.
she passed away
The baby.
yeah, my daughter was really young. She was about 1.5.
Oh, so she didn't get to continue to help.
Correct. Yeah,
Sorry to hear that. So, but sometimes there is a mother to help at home.
that's true, which makes it
Much
immensely
easier.
helpful. Oh my gosh, yeah, I know several people who have the help of their mother or even
In-laws, yeah.
yeah, in-laws. So
So you face much bigger challenges because you did not have that mother to babysit while you were
that's
out.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that experience, did that make your motherhood harder
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it definitely is harder if you don't have your mom to
to babysit?
to babysit. Yeah, when you need a break or you might if you need guidance, right,
Yes,
from your
yes,
mom because
yes,
they've
yes.
done it. But
So that was a tough experience for you.
it was challenging. Yeah, it was challenging.
So do you write about on in the book about the challenges not only of being single but also of not having that support system?
Not in this book. This book is going to be focused on kind of more self. How do we create the things that we want? How do we create more time? What do we do in life? How can we pull in support from other people to
Okay.
help us?
Okay, so how did you get the support from other people? Tell us the secrets. You know them
Okay.
all, right?
Right. So at that time, I searched for childcare, right? Because that's
Yeah, that's
that's
the
what you have to
hardest
do,
part.
and that was probably the most scary thing.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna give your child to.
Exactly. It's like, how do you just,
Trust
drop your,
strangers.
yeah, they're essentially. So I found a place that had cameras.
Oh,
And
that's
so
awesome.
I think
Reassuring.
that was very reassuring. So
So
that was
many kids
huge.
get abused in with babysitters,
Right.
and they cannot talk.
Exactly. And that was my biggest concern that your
She
kid
couldn't
can't
tell
talk.
you.
She can't tell you what's going on. But this place, it was great. It took me a while to find. It probably took about maybe 2 months before I found it. But it was really clean. They took pride in ownership. It was a fairly new place. I think it was maybe like 5 years young at the time. They had a low teacher student ratio. They had all of these cool activities that they do every day. So just by searching. But I think if I had to do it all over again in terms of
Finding.
in terms of childcare, I think I would do an au pair.
Oh, someone stay home
Yes, someone to stay in the home and they can help you out.
and sleep there too.
Exactly, and give you
Okay.
help, like kind of. Well, there's a certain amount of hours, but still, you can have more help in the
Yeah.
home, and they help with cleaning and that kind of thing. That would be
And they're
helpful.
happy to have a place to stay.
That too, and they help with, and it's great for moms who have multiple kids
Oh,
because
that's
it's one cost for
for all of
for
them.
all the kids. So if you have 5 kids, then you're only paying that one cost. You're not paying 5 costs for childcare. So
Oh, okay. Au pair usually they're kind of young, you gotta kind of
correct.
train them a little bit.
They're coming from another country
Yeah,
typically.
but they're young. They never been mothers
True.
themselves.
That's true.
Okay. So your goal, I mean, your objective in writing the book is to open up doors for people who are not aware that these support system exist.
Exactly. It's ultimately to help moms, right, that don't know about different things that are available out there for
Oh,
mothers, for single mothers. That would be really helpful.
okay. So you found out about all these places that you might mention in the book through trial and error.
Trial and error, word of mouth. Like if someone gives you just through people, if someone gives you a suggestion,
Yeah.
take it, look into it, follow up on it if it seems like it's like something that can be of use. And I think so many times people will have conversations and someone might suggest something, but people don't follow through. And I
Okay.
think that's been the biggest thing that has led me to success as a mother is following through.
Hmm. Now, when you found a job, did you also have challenge to be on time? I mean, challenges to to be on time. I mean, because it's rigid. Like, if you had a, did you have flex time?
Yeah, it definitely time was not my friend because yeah, something
Come
might
up,
yeah,
yeah,
something might come up, throw up on the clothes, and
yeah,
not
yeah. Not be
you're
ready on
not
time.
not having enough sleep. So yeah, so it definitely was a challenge.
So you had a supporting employer, I suppose.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's a set. Yeah, okay.
That definitely helped. I think that that you have to be happy in your place of employment, and that's something else I talk about in the book. If you're unhappy where you go, where
Every day.
every single day, right, your job and
It's not
career,
worth it.
it's not. And not saying that you have to quit today, but instead of complain about it, which I see a lot of people do, make plans to determine what you do like and to move towards a career that you like. Yeah,
Yeah,
life is too short to spend it
miserable.
unhappy and in misery. Exactly.
Yeah, and some companies actually, I mean, if they're rich enough, could allow childcare at work, right?
That's true. Some jobs do actually. There are
Okay.
jobs out there that have on-site childcare facilities. I know.
Yahoo,
Yeah,
Yahoo.
yeah,
I mean the big corporation. I
yeah.
think they
True.
all do have a childcare somewhere in the building.
That's true.
So yes, so to work though for these high tech companies, you need to be qualified for the job they have
That's
open.
true.
So if you're not, then you have to look for standard opening somewhere with a small company. Is
That's
that it?
true. Yeah, that's true.
So have you been a writer before?
I have not.
Okay.
I've always enjoyed English, and in school English was always one of my favorite subjects. And the reason why, not because I necessarily loved it, it was just because you didn't really have to take tests. I can
Ah,
go home, do the work, take my time, make sure I write a good essay or write a good paper, and as long as I did that, then I can bring it back and get a good grade. Or prior to having it due, I could have the teacher look at it, and then I could go back, make the adjustments versus other subjects you have to study and then take
so
the
so
tests.
basically, you don't need to be a super good in English to write a book. You can
You
just
don't.
write a book just because you want to.
That's true. A lot of people do that. So no, you don't have to be this incredible writer and write a
And
book. I think you just need a good story that resonates with people,
yes,
that people
yes,
want to hear.
yeah, and you don't have to have perfect grammar or perfect. You can always give it to a copywriter,
That's why,
right?
yeah, that's what the editors are there for.
Oh, okay. So you hire them, outsource it.
Right, exactly. So once you write your book, and I even plan to do this as well, to have an editor to look over it and see what kind of,
What is repetitive? What
right,
is
punctuation, all those kinds of things, which is why, like to your point, you don't have to be a perfect writer
yeah.
in order to write a book.
Yeah, some people don't even write a book. They say, okay, you're a writer, here's the core subject of what I want to write. And then the person who's a writer will interview them and then they write a book for them.
Oh, right, a ghostwriter,
A
right?
ghostwriter.
Exactly. I think a lot of the like
Like,
celebrities,
yeah,
I think, do
celebrities
that.
did
To,
that. I heard that Trump didn't write any of his books.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Ghostwriters wrote them.
Oh, well, that doesn't
He didn't
surprise me
even
too
read them
much.
actually,
Seriously,
but that that shows too.
not surprising.
Yeah. So now, what was the part of her growing up that finally made it easier for you to kind of do anything you wanted? Is there a part where she started first grade, or is it later?
Well, that's true. It does. Moms that are out there listening to this, there is a light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah,
So it does.
it gets
The
easier.
older that they get, the easier that it gets. Like, and it starts slowly, like from when they're able to feed themselves, and you don't have to
Wow.
feed from right walk when they're able to kind of play
Without,
independently,
oh,
or
okay.
for a little bit, like when you're in the home, when they're able to clean up after themselves. So when they're able to, and then when they're able to like shower themselves, obviously bathe themselves. So it continues to get easier as they get older. But to your question, at what age
You
did was it?
completely free. Not
Oh,
yet, probably, because she's still young.
right, complete. I don't know that you
You
ever,
have to.
according to my mom, she was never completely free of me. So I don't think you're
No, but you still, no matter what age, you still have to come home and do
right.
homework, right?
Exactly. And you still get help from your parents even when you're an adult. But my daughter is 13 now, and she's very independent. She's very independent right now, very helpful.
Yeah, she can come home, cook a snack for herself,
She
whatever.
can make a snack for herself, correct.
Okay.
So I would say, what's the legal age when you're able to start leaving your kids home?
It's
I
13 or
think it's
12?
I think it's
13?
12, 13.
12,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of the two.
Yeah.
So technically, you're kind of free. You're kind
Yeah,
of free
that's
then,
good. That's
but
good. Now
not
you
that you want to leave them at home, teenagers. You
now you
know,
can even go on a date at night. Maybe I don't know if that's possible, but I mean, it opens doors as they
it
grow up.
does. It definitely does. So
Okay.
it gets easier. Yeah, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, one thing that I say, like in my book, you work twice as hard
Yeah.
as a single mom, but
Yeah.
you also get twice the love. So I mean,
Oh.
even if you don't feel it initially, you feel it later when they write something about you, like in their schoolwork, about how great
Oh.
you
It's
are. Then
oh.
and then you know, you just
It's rewarding.
it's rewarding. It just makes it all worth it when they tell you, when I get my job, when I get, and this is something that my daughter said. She was like, when I get my, she wants to be a surgeon, by the way. She's like, you can use my money when you need my money.
A star gym.
A surgeon.
Oh, a surgeon.
Yeah, she wants to cut people open and sew them back up.
Oh, that's just want to tell her that's 12 years of study. Be careful.
And I know, and she knows how much school is with it.
So
Yeah,
she won't graduate till she's 29 or 30.
yeah,
So that's a big investment of her time.
that's true. And the great thing is she does know. She's like
Oh, she
done
knows
it.
that.
She does, and she says it. She's like, well, I'm gonna be in school for a while. And she's like,
Oh.
that's okay. I'm like, well, you have the rest of your life ahead of you after that.
Okay, so we were talking about dating. Did that prevent you from dating? To have a baby?
Well, because a lot of your time is spent
Yeah,
with your
you have less
child,
time to date, first of all.
yeah, you definitely do have less time to date. Yeah. So it
Did you
is,
turn down some dates for that? Because of that? Did you turn down anybody?
well, let's see. So when she was a baby, I was in a relationship.
Already?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was in a relationship, and so that relationship ended when she was about 3.
Oh, so you became a single mother when she was 3.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it wasn't
It was not from day one. Okay.
correct.
So that's good. That helped.
Yeah, it
I mean,
did.
up to 3 is a big help. Yeah.
I
It,
would say so.
yeah. Okay. So basically, do you make now plans for your own self? Like,
I do. I think that's the key. Even when she was young, I think that's the huge key to your sanity. Let's just say. I mean, we give so much
you don't
to
sacrifice 100%. Yeah.
right. We give so much to our kids, to our job, and I've heard friends say, I don't have time for a relationship. I have to put everything into my kids, and the
Right.
kids are teenagers, and it's like, well, what about when they go off to college? You're gonna look up and find your life is
Gone.
somewhat right. Exactly, it's
Nobody wants to
gone.
date you anymore.
Right. Right, your life is kind of gone. So I think it's important to have somewhat of a balance to have to do things for yourself. And even if you don't have a large amount of time, and even if it's just to take a hot bath, to read a good book, to be able to go to the gym and exercise. So these are smaller are things that you can do that can help to give self-care. For myself, I do definitely take time for myself because it's important, whether it's to go and get a massage or get a
Hair.
pedicure, get my hair done, spend time with friends, talk on the phone with friends.
Yeah.
I think that it's
You did
important.
a beautiful job on your hair. Did you hire someone to do it?
Thank you. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is like that's a part of my self-care as a mom.
Oh, you look great.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so yeah, that's good. It's rewarding also when you see yourself in the mirror. You're still young. There's still a lot of opportunities out there for you.
Very true.
Yeah, because if you wait till they're in college, then
Exactly.
it's too late to have even another baby or something. It's
Exactly.
time goes by very fast, right? And then all of a sudden you wake up. Wow, what happened?
Right, and your kids have started they've started their own lives,
And
and
they starting
you're
dating
trying to
themselves.
find a life, because you waited till they were in college to get a life. So I think that it's so important
To think about
to think
yourself.
about yourself as well. And it's not being selfish. I think that's the thing that a lot of moms struggle with. They think, oh, it's selfish. Oh, I can't get this. I can't do this thing for myself, or I can't go to this place with my friend because my kid. I have to do something for them. But we're doing things for them all the time. I
Yeah.
think I think it's really giving yourself permission to do something for yourself and not feeling any guilt about it is
Oh,
is
okay.
the big thing.
Did you give your daughter boundaries on when she can start dating, like 16? Is there like, did you give her a guideline on that?
I'm not there yet.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
haven't set up
we
that
we
yet.
no, we haven't gotten
Yeah.
to that yet. She's 13, so
So you have
I haven't even thought I haven't
that
even thought about it.
you never thought it would even happen that she'll be 16 in 3 years. Okay.
I know, yeah, there will, and you know what? I have not crossed that road yet, but I will be reading up on it and
Okay.
talking to other parents and find out what they do. I mean, and yeah, do my research on the subject because I don't know, right? I don't,
Right.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, because 16 they can date, but they cannot do certain things, but they can still go out to a movie or ice skating, whatever. But
Hmm.
then there's some different kind of boundaries than when you're 21, right? It's a
Right,
different ball
right.
game, right?
Well, I tell her she can't date until she's married.
Oh, okay,
I'm
that's
kidding though, but yeah.
no. But I mean, she can date friends,
Hmm.
As a friend, she can date someone and just to see what men are like.
True.
So at least she has a mother figure. She can see what a mother is like, put makeup on, do her hair. I mean,
Right.
you are very, very good. It would be very hard for a boy to have a father figure if it's a single mom with a boy, right? What do you think?
That's true. So what I think that if you do have a boy,
Yeah.
there's even if the father is not there, there's plenty of father figures that are out there in the world. If you have your dad, if you have a brother,
Oh, let
uncles,
them
if you
spend
have
time with them.
friends, right? Let them come in your life and be a part of. Well, they should. I'm sure that
The
they are a
boy
part.
can be part of
Right. Yeah,
a
they can
man,
they can
see how they
see
are.
what they do, how they treat their girlfriends or spouses, and even the men that you introduce into your life. Like, how is this person treating you?
Treating my
You
mother.
right. You definitely want to have someone that's going to treat you in a certain way so that they can see how they should also too treat a woman. And I think, and as a mom, you can teach your boys like some things to do. I always thought, like, if I always
Respect women. Aretha Franklin, right?
right, exactly.
RESPECT.
There you go.
Yeah, you.
Open doors. I mean, I know that's probably old
I mean,
fashioned,
it's
but
important for
I think
boys to know you don't mistreat women.
exactly. No, it's very important.
So yeah, but you're lucky you got a girl, so it's easier to raise. I mean, I
That's
know.
how I feel. I'm like, I was a girl once, so I kind of know how that
You
I know
know,
how it
you
is.
know all the steps, right?
Exactly.
So do you don't talk about gender in the book at all? It's mostly resources, gender of the child you're raising.
Oh, I see. Not yet. No, not
Okay,
in this first book. No.
okay, okay. It might go later if people
Yes.
ask about it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. No, because
And if I do, I think I'll have to do some research on that aspect. Obviously, since I don't have any boys, I'll have to talk to moms, single moms with boys, and then also like do some research in some other books and see if there's helpful information if
hints
I decide to.
to
But
avoid to go on that route.
yes, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if you say you're gonna have 12 chapters. Did you decide what these 12 are gonna be on topics?
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
so you know exactly. So it's
Yes.
gonna be mostly about survival in the city, or more than that?
Yes, like how to let's see, how to get the most of your time, self-care, like which includes spirituality of
Yeah,
mind,
yeah.
body, and soul,
Okay,
how to monetize like what you do, like if there's ways that you can create additional income
okay.
based on the your interests or the current job that you have. It's maybe you need to ask for a raise, maybe you're
If you
not.
have a child, yes, so you
Exactly.
need more money.
Exactly. So
So there
a lot
are,
of.
yes. So you have been self-employed or not at all? Not yet.
So, well, in part.
In part, so
Yeah,
you have a side job kind of thing.
exactly.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. So, do you plan if this goes well? You plan on marketing it and getting it out there more than San Francisco, right? Even though
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because the book, even it's single mom in the city, and it's a title, and it applies to moms
in any
everywhere,
city,
in any city, yeah, in
okay.
any situation.
So you'll market it maybe nationwide.
Yes, I plan to hire people to help me out with that because I'm not well versed in public relations. So I plan to have someone to help me push it out. There's over 40, 40 million single moms in the United States
40
alone.
million? Are you kidding
No, no,
me?
no. I'm sorry. 10 million
10 million.
in the United States alone. So, I mean, I
So
think that
there is a market.
there definitely is a market. There's a lot of moms who
You
could.
can post it on Amazon already and see if you get orders, right?
True.
By October. Oh, by Christmas maybe.
True, right? Because October is when I'll be done writing the first rough draft, but then I'll have to do editing, and that's going to take probably about a month from what I've seen.
Yeah, and you can do print on demand, right? I mean,
True,
you don't have to print in advance.
that's true.
So there's many things that are open nowadays that didn't exist in the past when people had to print maybe 1,000 books and find out if they would sell or not.
That's true, and
You
and
can
have to.
test it. You can test the market first. But it's a great idea. So maybe you want to show that would be the official cover.
Oh, and the cover is right here.
Oh, the cover is right here. Let's show
Yes.
it. Then you can show it. Okay, here it is. Mom and City. Perfect. That's a great. Oh, there's a Golden Gate Bridge and
Yes.
Trans America Pyramid. Um, Salesforce is not here
I
yet.
know, I know Salesforce Salesforce was not there when I created the cover. So
Yeah,
it's not on my cover.
I just went by yesterday and I did a video of it. It was Salesforce Tower, Salesforce Transit Center. It's huge.
It's huge. I haven't been inside, but
Oh,
I see it every time I drive
they
past.
have a park on the roof where it's open
Wow.
to the public too.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
so there, Takiyah, is that how
Yes.
I would
Uh-huh.
say it?
Takiyah. Uh-huh.
I really enjoy meeting you. You seem to know what you're doing, and you you like what you wrote about. So I'm sure that when it will come out, it will be a masterpiece of
Thank you.
mom or a single mom in the city.
That's the plan.
Yeah, and each chapter will be about 10 pages, since you say you want 120 pages.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So, did you find it hard to fill each chapter, or it came easily?
It's come pretty easily
Okay.
because it's a lot of it is my experience. I mean, I did do some research, but I've read a lot of books which have kind of brought me to this place. Read a lot
Okay.
of books, talked to a lot of people. I'm very inquisitive by nature. I love to learn, so I'm
Yeah.
constantly researching. If it's something I don't know, I'm researching it, reading up about it. And certainly it's like I'm raising the greatest masterpiece of all, right? Your kids. And so I'm not just gonna wing it, I guess, to a certain extent.
Well, I'm
And
sure if you maybe some chapters will be longer than others, but
correct.
maybe if you send it to the major talk show hosts out there, they'll feature you.
That's my plan.
That's your plan
Oprah is
too.
my
Oh,
that's my
Oprah's.
dream.
Oh, okay. She does accept books. You know, if she
Hmm.
features it on her show, then you've got it made because as soon as
Yeah.
an author is on her show, it
I
sells.
I know. I know.
So,
I've seen that anything she touches turns to gold. If it's whether it's a book or
or
an
candy bar.
item, right? Anything.
That's right. So I hope you make it all the way to that platform. But there are many others out there. I mean, there's day shows and all
True.
that. So social
But
media.
that
I'm sure you're working on your social media already.
definitely, yeah, that I am. That's my. I mean, that's just would be the. I could quit then if I was on the Oprah show, but
Yeah.
just kidding.
Right now
But
you're still working.
right, but that's just like that's my goal,
It
and
might
so
open a lot of doors for you. That's true.
exactly.
Could even make a movie later.
And that's why I just think that it's important, and this is what I try to get across in my book as well, that it's important to have a goal. Like, you have to reach for the stars. There's no reason to be realistic in your dream or your goals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you place boundaries on yourself. So if you a famous quote, I don't know whose it is, but it's if you reach for the stars
It could
and you
happen.
land amongst the clouds, you're still good. But if you only reach, as tall as you are, then that's not very far. So to just always be willing to reach for your goals and dreams, no matter how huge they
Well, I
are.
just thought about something. To make it a movie, you need to have some kind of a story in there. So you
True.
talk a little bit about your story,
I do. Yeah, I do give examples with regards to
how
like
you found out of
where it
something.
relates exactly. I'll use myself as an example, or I'll use other people as examples as well.
It's a great project because even mothers who are married, they
Hmm.
have to find out these resources
That's
too.
true. That's true
It's not
too.
just for the person who's not married. I mean, I think both married and unmarried will relate to this because if you found out something, it could help a married woman
Very
better.
true.
Yeah, don't you think?
No, it's very true. Especially the first book. It's definitely not single mom specific. A lot of the topics can relate to just mothers in general.
That's what I thought.
So
Okay.
yes, but it's my title. I mean, I'm single mom in the city, so
Oh,
it's near
oh,
and
the
dear.
word singles on top.
It's
Okay.
near and dear to my heart. So, but
Okay.
it can benefit just mothers,
Married people
married women as well. Yes,
or in partnerships like it's modern now.
that's true.
Okay, so thank you so much, and I look forward to maybe read all about it soon.
Yes, I will
So,
send you a copy.
oh, thank you. You can even come back. So thank you very much. Nice to meet your daughter. By the way, what's her name?
Thank you. Her name's Naya.
Oh, that's a beautiful name. So I wish you all the strength to become a surgeon. That's I interviewed a surgeon here, and she was just coming to San Francisco for 6 months research.
Hmm.
And then she told me 12 years. I said, "Are you kidding me? You're going to stay in school that long? It's a
Not
lot.
for everybody. That is a lot of school.
I couldn't
It
even
is.
finish college. Imagine 12 years, I would die. But anyway, every to each their own goals, right? So thank you again,
Thank
and I
you.
look forward to hear about this book soon.
Thank you very much.